Let's head to the northeast region where 11 people are dead so far following days of torrential rains. Our man, Elias Otanko, has been monitoring events for us. He joins us via Zoom. Elias, so which areas were the 11 deaths recorded?
Well, there have been some deaths in the Bunkurgu-Napanduri district and also in the Cherponi district as well, and the East Mamprusi municipality, and also the West Mamprusi municipality around the Janga area. And so these are the areas that have recorded the casualties already in the following days of torrential rainfalls across the region.
Hola.
Raisha?
Yes, I'm asking you if we know who these people actually are.
Well, the first incident happened last week on Thursday or Wednesday, I think, and it involved an elderly woman and her grandchild. They got washed away in a river around the Napanduri, a community called Naju Number 1.
Calm down.
And then also in the Cherponi area at a community called Kunofo. 3 persons were also drowned in a river. And also in the East Mamprusi municipality, 3 persons were also killed by a lightning strike. And also in the Janga area, as I mentioned, 1 person was also drowned in the river.
Elias, what's the latest with regards to the flooding situation there?
Well, today we have not had rains. It's been raining throughout since the middle of last month. And already some communities, as we understand from a NADMO assessment, have already been cut off. About 16 communities in the Mamprugu-Mwaduri area, as we speak right now, are currently inaccessible. And as we speak right now, NADMO are concentrating a lot of their efforts in that particular area because it's the hardest hit. And so as we speak right now, there have been some visits to that area. As you know, the National Response Team, Operation Tender Boat, they are currently camped in Wale Wale, and they have been doing a lot in that part of the area. I mean, right now, before accessing the Mamprugu-Mwaduri district, you have to go through the Upper East region around Sandema to Fumbisi before you'll be able to access that particular district. So NADMO is currently in there helping people who are living along the waterways to evacuate and also sensitizing them on the danger involved trying to salvage their produce. Some of them, as you know, are using old canoes to try to reach their rice fields, their farm fields, and their groundnut fields to be able to get them out of the water. So NADMO is concentrating much of their effort in that area, trying to stop the farmers engaging in these very dangerous adventures.
But how are the victims themselves coping with the situation?
Well, some of the communities that have been cut off, as we understand, NADMO have not been able to reach the people there to assess the situation. As of yesterday, when I spoke to the officials, they have not been able to go to those areas to assess the situation. And so for now, we do not know what is happening to those people around the area. But those that have been, the NADMO have been able to get to them. They are helping them to evacuate to higher ground. And we know that the Bagre Dam will be spilled in the coming days. And so that is exactly what people are doing. But in some parts of the region, we still hear reports of people struggling in the swell-up rivers trying to get their drowning produce.
Have you been able to hear, have you heard from the regional minister since the rains, started wreaking havoc in this region?
Yes, the minister has been taking a lot of reports from the NADMO officials who have been actively been on the ground. And yesterday, he tells me that there was a meeting that he was briefed about the situation. And he's saying that the situation is currently under control. And very soon, he'll be meeting with the Director General himself, who we understand is currently in the region. And then subsequently, he can make a public comment on the whole situation.
Elias Atanko is a man in the Northeast region. Let's now speak with Northeast NATMO Director Hassan John Kweko, who has joined us via Zoom. Mr. Hassan, I'm sure it has come to your notice that 11 persons have died so far. What's NATMO's response to the situation in Northeast?
Hello?
Yes, Mr. Hassan.
I can confirm to you that 11 persons have died as a result of the torrential rains and also thunder and lightning, and then drowning. For instance, in the West Maputo municipality, one man by name Alhassan Adams went to harvest granules on his farm, and then on his return, a boat capsized, leading to his death. Then also in the same West Maputo municipality, there is this Rahina to Rufai, who was also drowned while trying to cross a stream to the mother at the Napaya area in the West Maputo municipality. And also in the East Maputo municipality, some 3 young men went to farm. And on their return, they were on a motorbike. Then there was this lightning and thunder that struck them, and then 2 of them died instantly. They are by names Idi Hadi, 24, Abubakar Nasiru, 26, Idrisu Nawedini, 22. He was rushed to the hospital, and on his way, he also died. Then in the same East Maputo municipality, there was these 3 elephants that invaded in the area and then killed one businessman by name Husseini Mbeni in the Buntiri area. Then also in Bunkuru, a woman in Bunkuru Nakwanduri district, that is Najong precisely, went to farm, and on their return, there was heavy downpour. And instead of them to wait for the water to recede before they would cross the river, then they tried crossing the river and the water carried them away. Then also in the Chepuni district, 3 young ladies went to do washing in a stream. Then after they had done their washing, they tried to swim in the water, and then water carried them away. So I can confirm to you that 11 persons have died in the region as a result of drowning, lightning, and then water.
It does appear that we'll see more of this throughout the rainy season, especially as the Meteo Agency reminds us of more rains. What's the plan to deal with any unpleasant outcome?
Even before the depths, we embarked on intensive education, educating the general public, using the radio stations, engaging stakeholders, the assembled persons, and the community radio stations, telling them move to higher ground for their lives to be safety. And then also asking them to stay away from the water. And whenever it rains, they should be very cautious about their own lifestyle. But some of them, they have the belief that they can swim. And sometimes it's about behavior kind of thing that we can swim. So they venture into the water, and this leads to some of these deaths. And then also, NATMO to our operation team from the national headquarters, they are in town. And we have positioned our men at vantage points to help deal with any situation that will arise as a result of the flooding. As it is now, we are not experiencing any spillage from the Bagri Dam because the spillage has not been done. It has not caused any havoc in the region. But NATMO is ready to deal with any situation. We have also identified safe havens in almost all the districts and made provisions available at these safe havens to cater for any eventualities that will arise. So NATMO is on the ground. Our men are on. Even right now, the Director General was at the Nayuri Palace to engage with the Nayuri himself and his subjects and then other stakeholders, just to tell them that we should try to advise our people to stay away from the water for now.
So have we seen any effect yet from the spillage of the Bagri Dam?
We haven't seen any effect yet, but already the rains has already caused damage in terms of farmlands have been submerged. And then some of them have their part of their buildings being collapsed, and because of access for now to some of the farmlands are compromised. So NATMO cannot get there to actually assess the extent of damage that has been caused. But I know over hundreds of farmlands have been submerged. And even those who even try to use canoe to do the harvesting, we are just cautioning them to desist from that because they can lose their lives if they try to do that.
So what's the plan for the communities that have been cut off? Our reporter earlier reported that you've not been able to reach some of the communities.
Around Mampugu Maduri, where about 16 communities are cut off. It's about accessibility to those communities. And you know, over here, the communities are sited on a higher ground. And so the people themselves are not much affected as it is now. But it's rather the road networks that some of the bridges have been submerged in water. And we are in touch with the people, and then we are giving them the assistance that they need.
Alasan John Kwekwe is Northeast Regional Director of NADMO. I'm grateful for your time this afternoon.